What's up, guys? It's MDshaddy. I know it's been a couple of years since I posted on this channel, actually. I've been doing things with DK Wrestler. You can check out our vlog, or not our vlog, our podcast about Funko Pops and his other videos. I mean, he's got lots of videos on YouTube that you can check out. But right now we're focusing on my channel. Right now I'm going to do a review on the 2001 Burger King toys of the Simpsons Spooky Light Ups. So let's get right into it. So as I said, these are from 2001, and I remember when this set came out, I was very young. I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and I remember collecting a couple of them, but when you're that young, you're not really going to be getting full sets of anything, so I never acquired all of them. But a couple of these I have seen before. Some of them are completely brand new to me for the most part. And I actually got these for a really good deal from a seller on Facebook Marketplace, actually. I think I paid $20 for the collection, which is a crazy deal, considering some of these, like, just one figure goes for, like, 17 plus shipping. Like, some of them are expensive. This whole set, I think I've seen listings for about $100 to $150 for the whole set, which is crazy. So it's amazing to be able to do this for a decent price as well. So starting off, number 1 in the set of 15 is Lisa Simpson, and she's a ghost, and it's kind of one of those Halloween costumes where it's just a sheet over your head, kind of the comedy ghost act there. And here we have the instructions. It's kind of beat up, obviously. They're older, so I expect these instructions to not be in perfect condition. You can see the instructions there. It just snaps onto the base, and also her costume apparently comes off here. So as I take that off, you see Lisa with a surprised look on her face. Let's get that back on her now. It's a little difficult to put back on, actually. There we go. Just wasn't snapping it in properly. So let's get it on the base. As you can see, there's peg holes in her feet, and there's pegs with kind of foot imprints on the grass here. So we'll get her on there. So they have these tabs on the side here. When you pull that out, that activates the light. And I'm guessing when you push down, the eyes, I would assume it would be. Yes, the eyes are supposed to light up, but since these are from 2001, I don't expect very many of the batteries to still be working. Most of them are probably fried out. But there we have Lisa Simpson. So next up is number 2, and that is Principal Skinner. He is a zombie in this one, as it looks like. His skin tone is very pale, and he's got some rips in his coat and his pants there. So he just snaps onto this base via the peg holes again. I actually think that maybe his legs are a little bit warped from being in the bag for so long, but maybe not. Nope, he fits on there just well. Also, the tombstone has to snap into place. I actually had some trouble with that. And then there's a little feature here when you spin it. The tombstone says schools out, and then forever. And I don't know if this one's supposed to light up or not. I would assume that the forever is supposed to light up, but again, it's not working. I don't expect very many of these to work, but that's okay. And now the third figure in the set, everyone's favorite corner store worker, and that is Apu. Now, his base is a little bit different. I wonder which way it goes. First, we'll start off with this squishy machine, which is very cool. It says today's special, pumpkin squishy, and you have a nice little logo on there, which is nice. This is actually a pretty good little accessory. I'll pull the tab out. Again, don't expect this to light up if that's what it's supposed to do here. That clips onto this base. I think it just goes straight on. There we go. Sounds like it's going to break, but it is not. And of course, with the peg holes, let's peg him in there. Cool. I really like this one. Little pumpkin there says, Quickie Mart, thank you, come again, of course. His catchphrase, as most of you may know. Get a little bit of a close-up on that. And on the face there. Looks very good. The top of the hat is kind of funny, too, with the pumpkin top. This is a cool one. Probably my favorite so far. Number 4 in the set is Mr. Burns, and this one is very cool, actually. There is this robot Homer kind of accessory. This one is already plugged in. It does not come off the base, and you press the nose, and the head here is supposed to light up, but again, not working. For the figure itself, this one's very good. You have that diabolical laugh, and I find it cool how he has the ice cream scooper, because I believe this is from Treehouse of Horror episode 2 or 3. I can't remember, but Mr. Burns scoops out Homer's brains, and he makes a Homer robot, and things don't go exactly as planned. I like this one. This is one that I have seen before. I did own this figure, but I never owned the base when I was a little bit younger. Not too young, though. Number 5, we have a fan favorite, and that is Ned Flanders. And he is in kind of this, like, sailor-type costume, and he has a hook hand there. And if you look at the tombstone, again, it doesn't work. It says, "I'm hook diddly ooked on Halloween." And that's the part that's supposed to light up, but that's not going to work. We all know that. Also, one thing about this is that I find that the paint application on the face isn't that great. The eyes kind of have some yellow bleeding onto them, and even the molding on the hat just kind of looks mediocre, in my opinion. The other ones have been better, but that's Ned Flanders. Number 6 in the lineup, Homer Simpson. Now, everyone loves Homer, of course. Dressed up as Frankenstein here. I believe this is also from one of the episodes of the Treehouse of Horror. I'm not sure if all of these are based on Treehouse of Horror, or if just a couple of them are set off of Treehouse of Horror. But if you look at this page here, that's actually the Homer that this figure is based off of. His tombstone says, "Fresh from the grave." Gravy. That's funny. That kind of says a lot about Homer right there, so that's a really cool added detail. I like how these are very personalized to each character. The adorable Maggie Simpson. Now, this one's pretty cool. She's dressed up as a little bat, and then there's this jack-o'-lantern. I almost said pumpkin, but technically that's a jack-o'-lantern, and it has a soother in the mouth, just like Maggie does. A cool thing about this one is you turn Maggie, and look at that. This one actually lights up. That's a cool feature. I like this one a lot, and it's great to see that I have one that is actually still in working condition. This one is sweet. Number 8 is Groundskeeper Willie. This is another figurine that I always had. I've had this figure for years, so now I have a double of it, but now I actually have the base for it. He's very cool as well. He's like a Grim Reaper. I guess it says he's the Grim Sweeper because he has the broom. Of course, if you know The Simpsons, you know that Groundskeeper Willie is the groundskeeper of the school that Bart and Lisa attend. So it says the Grim Sweeper, and you turn it around, and prepare to meet thy broom, and look at that, it decides to want to light up. Oh, might be dying on us? You never know. It's cool to see some light there, though. Sweet. Next up we have, I believe his name is Dr. Hibbert. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what his name is. Now, this one's pretty neat. He's got a skeleton in his hand, and he has one of those, like, large popsicle sticks that you use to, like, inspect the mouths of your patients. The paint application on this one is alright. It kind of fails around the tie area and the collar. It's kind of just a little bit sloppy, maybe around the inside of the mouth of the skeleton, too, if we can get that to focus. But you can't expect too much. These aren't high-grade toys. These are just Happy Meal toys, in a sense. Now, the tombstone for this one says, "The doctor is insane." Unfortunately, the light is not working on this one. I believe we're at number 10 now, and this one is very good. This is Marge Simpson, and she's dressed up as a witch, and you can see her black, tall hair. She has a can of Eye of Newt. She has her oven mitts on, and this broom. Again, the paint application is alright. Can't complain, I guess. But this cauldron with these eyeballs in it is great. Unfortunately, her feature on this one is you twist it, and I would assume the inside there is supposed to light up, but it's not working. Can't complain, though. I really like this cauldron. I had this piece when I was younger, and I don't think I knew exactly what it was from, but now I know it's from the Simpsons set. We're nearing the end here, and we have another one of those figures where I had the figure as a kid because I picked it up at, like, a garage sale or a flea market, but I never had the base for it, and now I do, and that is, I believe this is Atom Boy, I think his name is, and it's obviously Milhouse dressed up as this character. If you can see over here, let's see if I can get my hand in there. Right there, I have Radioactive Man. Now, there's the Simpson comics where they do, like, the Radioactive Man comic, and he is obviously in that comic. He's in the same series with Radioactive Man. So this one's actually pretty cool because the base here is a little bit different than the rest of them. He's on, like, a metal base. You can see, like, these not grooves, these, like, nuts, I guess they're supposed to be, like, holding these metal panels together. So I really like this base. Now, I'm not exactly sure what is supposed to be in this. Can't really make it out. It kind of looks like candy, but I don't think it would be candy. But it says Up and Atom, and of course it doesn't work. Another thing about this is that with this one, the paper actually kind of ripped a little bit when I was pulling it out because it's obviously been in there for, what, almost 19 years now. So the paper's kind of brittle. So if you ever do get any of these sealed and you plan on opening them, be careful when you pull the tabs out, because you never know if it'll snag in there, because how it works is it rests in between two batteries like this, and there's a paper, and when you pull the paper out, the batteries close together, and that's what makes the connection where the lights are now active to be able to light up. But this one is very good, except on the side of the head here, if it wants to focus properly. But on the side of the head, there's kind of like molding where you can see where they kind of cut away some of the mold lines, and they didn't do a very good job of that. But besides that, the paint on this is phenomenal. On to number 12, we have Abe Simpson, better known to most as Grandpa. Now, I really enjoy this one. He's dressed up here as a vampire. He has the fangs, he's got the coat, or the cape, I should say, and it is actually a separate piece that comes off, and he's holding it to the side there, covering up this, not really a tombstone, but kind of a sign, and he's got the other hand open. The paint on this one is great again. Some of these are very well painted, and some of these are just lacking. I don't know if it's like machine errors, or if like most of the ones that are not good are normally not good, but this one's great, and the sign says, let me see if I can spin them there. Boom. Springfield Retirement Castle. Blood drive today. This one's very funny. This is probably one of my favorites in the set. Next up is number 13, and that is Bart Simpson. Now this one, I find it kind of odd to be number 13. You'd think he'd be a little lower on the set, considering he's such a beloved character. Not really the main character, because the main character I'd say is probably Homer, but he's definitely one of the main characters for sure. This one, I'm not sure if it's glow-in-the-dark. I'll have to check that out, because it seems like it might be glow-in-the-dark, because he has this skeleton attire on for Halloween, and this Bart-shaped skeleton mask. Now, I like the bottom of this, where it has that hand coming out of the ground and grabbing his ankle. The tombstone says, "Bone to be wild." Now, if you could see again right there, let's see if I can get that angle again, you can see there's paper inside of the tombstone there, because it ripped again on me. This is the second one to do that, and I feel like I could probably get that out with tweezers, but at the same time, I don't really expect it to light up anyways. But now I'm going to check if it's 3D, or not 3D, that'd be cool, if it's glow in the dark, and I will show you guys in one sec. So I held it up to the light for about 2 minutes or so now we're going to find out if it is glow in the dark or not. And there we have it. It is indeed glow in the dark. That is cool. So now we're at number 14. The set is almost complete, and here's a character that you have to add into a set like this with so many characters from The Simpsons, and that is Krusty the Clown. He is kind of dressed up as a magician, I would assume. It's not really a vampire, but he does have kind of the same attire that Abe had on, and he does have a removable cape as well. So that is cool. His sign says, "Tonight's show is gonna," and then it says "bite," and look at that, it lights up. I'm glad for Krusty that this one lights up. Now, the final figure, number 15, and that is Barney Gumble. Now, he is dressed up as a mummy. What is quite funny is that it's not actually mummy cloth, it is toilet paper that he's using. Now, I kind of just gave away the saying on the other side, but it does say, "King Tut, I miss my mummy." That's pretty funny. Now, one thing I found with this one is, again, it ripped, but the piece of paper on the inside was wet. Now, at first I thought, that's kind of weird, because this is a sealed figure. How could it get wet? But what I'm thinking is the batteries kind of leaked battery acid on the paper, and it was basically already torn in half before I could even try and pull it out. I tried to get that piece out, and I couldn't get it out. Now, these things are old, so you can't expect much from it, but damn, that really sucks. But yeah, that is the final figure, and that is Barney Gumble. So there you have it. That is the whole 15-piece set of the Spooky Light Ups Simpsons figures. I keep wanting to call them the Treehouse of Horror because, of course, that's what you associate spooky things with, The Simpsons. I would say that 3 that really stand out to me are, of course, Bart, because that's cool. It has the glow-in-the-dark feature. I really like the Apu with the pumpkin and the squishy machine. And I would say back there in the corner with the Maggie. I like the pumpkin and how they spin together and it lights up, which is really cool. The Krusty's great. Overall, this is a really great set, and I'm very glad I could get all of these for such a great price. So, until next time, thanks for watching.